We're live.
We're live, right? And
What's
so
up, America?
How many viewers do you usually get?
16.
16? Okay.
16
Hello,
to
16
22.
people.
And it's all us.
Probably.
yeah.
Hey, Chris, you want us to do the thing like we were talking about before, like intros in the beginning?
He's still working on that.
Yeah, I'm still working on that. So
All right.
This won't be official yet, but eventually it will be. But start off, yeah. So where we last left off, let's see. The company of Iron Fist, they were on the high road. They were trailing the suspect of Val, who was recently murdered, and Leilon, but the trail gone cold.
Yeah.
You guys had a, oh god, what was the wolf's name? I forgot the wolf's name.
I looked it up earlier today because I forgot to. I've now
Nippon,
updated
was it?
Napanam.
Napanam.
Yeah,
Napanam,
I've also
yeah.
in the history thing I have him now listed as well.
Okay.
So he's Nippenum.
Yeah,
Nippenum.
that's what happens when Husky rolls on a random name generator.
I kind of try and avoid random name generators because I find they generate names which are way too hard to remember.
Yeah.
I mean, we did type it in the chat, right?
Yes, and that's
Yeah,
how I
found it.
pulled it back. Yeah.
Right. So Nippenum, right? He let you know Andos because you were talking to him through your
Yeah, Speak with Animals.
Speak with Animals spell.
Yeah.
And he said that he would probably stay on the trail or to find out who this killer is. And then you guys decided to go ahead turn back to Leilon because you guys do have a
ship to catch.
A ship to catch.
Engagement, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way there, you guys were conversing with each other, and Kyrin agreed that he would stay in Leilon to further investigation into Val's murder, and also to oversee that his body is taken back to the Iron Fist Keep, where he'll have a proper burial.
Yeah, entombment in our vault.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Buried with full honors.
And you guys do, and then you guys do continue on to Leilon. And like I said before, you guys can see as the dawn was breaking that you see the sails of various ships being unfurled. Basically, it's the start of the morning for this coastal town. Seems like business is starting to go.
Chris, quick question: didn't we pay the ship's captain to wait for us if we were late and we were going to make it worth his while, type of thing?
No, you did not.
Didn't.
You did not. I mean, when you guys were doing the investigation, I mean, the workers that you guys did escort to Leilon, well, let's say that you guys got back to Leilon and you got back to the, I believe it was called the Spider, Gilded Spiders Tavern. The workers that were waiting outside because they weren't letting anybody in because of the murder investigation, the crime scene, you discovered that they're no longer waiting. They're not there. It's safe to assume that they probably headed over to the docks to go ahead and load the ship that's gonna take off soon. And
well, hopefully we can get there, and we'll bid Kyrin farewell and ask that he keep an eye out for us and leave word for us if he's to go elsewhere, so we can meet back up with him in the future. And maybe we'll plan to meet up if we don't hear from him in like a month's time in, say, Neverwinter or even here.
Right. He tells you that he's gonna go ahead and oversee Val's transportation back to Vandalen, and he'll probably send word through carrier or something of what's going on with the investigation and probably what's going to happen or where he's going to be at if you were to meet somewhere down the road. But as of right now, he said that he's going to be at the keep, I guess, as waiting on word on what's going to happen.
Okay.
Also, he's probably well, he'll find out soon enough when he gets back to Vandalen.
Good enough.
Yeah, so you, as you guys were probably at the tavern, probably getting a quick breakfast, and then you guys head out the door, and you guys said your goodbyes there at the tavern. So now it's only you, uh, Rilithar, Andol, and Talash on your way to the docks of Leilon to catch up with the ship. And let's go ahead and put you on that ship.
Okay. As we head towards the ship, I'm not bringing Rana on the ship, so I tell Rana to head back to the forest, and I will call if I need him. Basically, my call is going to be casting the spell again. But he's free to roam. He's going to be able to just. I'm not dismissing him or anything like that. So he's free to roam the woods around Iron Fist Keep.
Right. So just out of character. So whenever you're not using Rana, is he just free to roam, or do you send him back to, I guess, the Fey dimension that he came from, or?
No, I let him roam. I let him roam around. Yeah, the forest glade area just below on the map in Phandelven, the Iron Fist Keep. He spends a lot of time in there, but he's free to roam where he wills.
Okay.
But when you summon him, he kind of reappears near you, right?
Yeah, he's within like 10 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
I have to use a second level spell, but
It's not a ritual?
nope, it's not.
Okay.
No, something that we talked about with Steve last week is we're using kind of heroic resting rules.
Oh, that's right. We gotta mention that. Yeah.
So what are those rules?
A short rest is only 5 minutes, and so you get back everything you'd normally get back on a short rest. The 8-hour rest is now called a full rest, and you get everything you normally get back on a full rest, or a long rest on that. And then we have what we renamed the long rest is just an hour, and you get 1/2 of anything that you would get on a long rest back.
Right. That includes health?
You still have to spend
Hit dice to
hit
regain
dice
health.
for that.
But you get half of your hit hit dice on one of those long rests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
So
if you
is your like full rest, is that the 8 hour? Is that 8 hours still?
that's the 8-hour rest, yeah.
Yeah, we're calling that like a complete rest or something,
That's a
right?
full rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at a long rest, the only one that's kind of really different is that the middle one is now a long rest, is what we call it, and it's only about an hour long, and you would get back half of what you would normally get back on a normal long rest, and the book long rest. So if like you would get all your spell slots back, you would get back half
Is it rounding
of
up
your
or rounding down?
rounded down.
Okay.
But it's not half of what you've used. It's half of your
What
thing.
you get.
Yeah,
Get back. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you use one spell and we take an hour rest, you'd have that spell back. If you use
I think we're
4
limited
spells,
on that too. Like we can only do 2 of those 1-hour long rests before we need to do a full.
yeah, something like that.
I think two would be fair enough, and then next time you would actually rest, it would be an actual full rest. I would think the short rest would probably be something you could probably do.
It's kind of like mop up type of thing.
Yeah, basically like at the end of the battle, then you just take that 10-minute rest as you search.
As we're searching and
doing all that,
looting and doing our rolling our hit die and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. Because it just made sense. Like if you guys were in a dungeon that would take longer than 2 hours to do, I mean, you wouldn't be taking a long rest in there unless you want to risk it. But it made more sense that you would take a short rest.
And
That's
also,
what you usually have like rope trick for. I think.
oh yeah, that's true.
Is that spell still in 5th edition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And then you get some of the other ones, like the Magnificent Mansion and things like that at higher levels.
Yeah.
I rarely play casters, so.
All right, so you guys are now here at the docks of Leilon, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle going about here. Um, you do find some of the workers that you were escorting, and they're loading all the provisions that came from their cart onto the ship here, the one that you actually see. Um, have come up with a name with it. I'm actually letting you guys come up with a name for this ship.
Mm.
We're so bad at naming, you know. It took us like 3 months to come up with our Iron Fist company.
The Maiden's Fortune.
The Maiden's.
That's not actually that bad.
Any objections? Okay, so we'll go with that. It's called the Maiden's
Fortune.
Maiden's Fortune. And actually, we'll put that up on the chat so we have record of it. Cool. Right. So you find the Maiden's Fortune, and it's being loaded up with the last of the provisions that you escorted from Fandela. On the ship, of course, you see the regular dock workers, and you also see which a person who you deem to be probably the captain of the ship. He is wearing a captain's hat, and you do see in that he's directing orders to the different dock workers. Basically saying like, yeah, put that over there, and you over there that way. Hurry up, you scallywags.
Keeping them in line. I like it.
Right. He's obviously busy. He doesn't really pay too much attention to you. And another thing is he doesn't even know who you guys are. He's totally busy with doing this.
Where's he at on the ship, or if he's on the ship?
Well, yeah, if he was on
the ship.
If he's actually on the ship, we'll say right here. And there's like workers just being busy about loading up the ship and stuff like that. And you guys are probably like right over here somewhere. Oh,
Okay.
You know, coming up.
I'm gonna take a look at the ship from stem to stern and get a look at it, just familiarizing myself with it and whatnot.
Okay. All right. So while you're on the dock, you're walking, pacing back and forth.
From one end to the other.
Anto, what about you? What are you gonna be doing as you see Renothar doing this? Telesh is just being his old silent self. He's just standing on the side with his arms crossed again as usual.
Smooth skins.
Yeah, scoffing every now and then.
Yeah.
The dour monk.
Approaching. I'm trying to think of. We secured passage, correct, on the ship. So I would probably wait for a moment when the gangplank doesn't have people carting stuff and head onto the ship.
Okay. As one of the dock workers, well, actually two of them, they're lifting this heavy footlocker, and they just got it onto the ship, and this would be the opportune time for you to actually get on or go ahead and I guess get onto the.
Yeah, I would board the ship, and I'd try search for somebody that might know where my accommodations are going to be, so I can inspect my bunk.
Right. So as you were approaching to get onto the ship, one of the dock workers, actually one that was standing next to the captain, he takes notice of you, and he actually comes up on you and blocks your path, basically. And then he looks at you with one wide eye. He's like, "What's your business here?"
Hey, good sir. I have the Iron Fist Company has booked passage on your ship, escorting cargo down from Fandel.
Iron Fist Company, and with that same one-eyed cocked, he's looking at you, and he looks back at the captain. And he's like, "The Iron Fist keeper here, Iron Fist." And then you hear the captain look towards Iron Fist. "Oh, those are the lads from Fandalen. Let them aboard.
Yeah.
Don't bother."
Where are we staying? Where are we stowing our gear and sleeping?
and the guy that actually stopped you, he says, well, "Come follow me. Take your stuff down to the galley."
Okay.
So
Okay. That's what I'm doing. I'm following him.
you're following him.
Let's go, Talash.
I mean, I wasn't. You guys can do whatever you want to do. I just want to check out the accommodations and possibly, if I get there first, get the best bunk.
Right. You just called over to Lash, and obviously you probably saw Ando board the ship. Assuming that you're gonna follow Brindafar.
Yeah, I'm heading up onto the ship. Is there a crow's nest on this vessel?
There is a crow's nest in the vessel, and currently it is occupied.
All right. I'm going to go over to the captain and nod to him and see if I can catch him on a moment in between when he's berating his crewmen. Captain, if I might ask, do you ever run into trouble on these voyages, pirates and whatnot?
No, for as long as the time as I've been on this, what's this called again? The Maiden's Fortune. I've been fortunate. Never had any run-ins with any pirates or privateers or any of the like.
I'm Rindlethar, by the way. It's Rindlethar Sylvan Glen of Waterdeep.
See, you should always ask how long he has been. He said as long as he has been, but
Right.
that could be 1 year.
Well, I'll
be
get
6
to it.
months.
I'll get to it. I just wanted to introduce myself so I'm not being rude.
Right, and he says, well, I know who you be. I've heard the tales of the half elf.
You flatter me, sir. I've heard that you are quite the seaman yourself. Came highly recommended by Sildar Halwinter.
Yes, me and Sildar, we go way back. I mean, I myself being, part of the Lord's Alliance, but
Ah, an organization that I well respect. Well, I want to tell you something, good Captain. If it does come to a fight, you can count on us to step up. As I reach onto my back and pat the bow that's kind of strung over my shoulder, I'm pretty good with this. Not to brag, but I might join whoever's in the crow's nest if it does come to something like that.
Well, I thank you for that. Well, but in regards to the crow nest, and he points up. Well, you see, Ai is up there, and he don't take kindly to strangers. But he's pretty reliable. There'll probably be no need. Like I said, the voyages that I partake in are usually safe. Usually safe. For the occasional toss and turn of the ship. I mean, how are your land legs?
We'll see. I haven't been on a ship in a while.
I see. Well, if you follow my first mate, Cladis there, I believe he's with your other comrade. He'll show you to your accommodations.
All right, thank you, good man. I'll head below with first mate. Would you say his name, Cladis?
Yeah, Cladis.
Okay. So I'm just looking around, kind of taking everything in as I'm going. You know how I roll with Rindlethar. He likes to know his surroundings and what's going on. Not trying to be overly cautious or paranoid, but
Right. So, you guys follow Cladis, the first mate, and he takes you down into the galley. I believe you guys can see where you guys are at right now.
Yeah, I don't have 360 view. Is that?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
have 360.
Okay. So I gotta do this to look around.
And there's my old token.
Yeah, it's my old token too.
Yeah, will be updated.
It's okay.
Where's the was it Cladis? Was that the one we were following?
Right. That is the one that you're following.
So where does he actually take us?
He's actually heading north.
North.
Give me 1 sec here, and I will give. Here we go. And there he is. He's right there in front of me. And actually.
Okay.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
because I would be following him. Yeah.
right. He says, all right, come on, follow me. Now,
Okay.
as you guys are making your way through the this part of the ship, you can see that there is it has a large cargo hold, and there's a lot of provisions around.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you do. Hold on one second. Oops. Food. Nice. And as you guys are going through, um, you guys can see that there are plenty of workers about.
Okay. Excuse me. Going around that way.
Right. And he says, all right, up the stairs. You guys have the first pick among the nets here.
uh, sure. I'll go over here. I'll take. Are they doubled?
Oh,
Like the lower end?
yes, they are doubled. There's lower.
I'll take the lower one.
Yeah, I'll go for an upper.
Kind of heavy.
Right.
And we'll throw Talash up here towards the bow.
Yeah.
He's got scales that'll shed water. It's all good.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this is totally enclosed. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And this is enclosed. There's the deck above us, right?
There is a deck above you. Coming from where you guys came from
Yeah.
earlier, there's the deck above you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Main deck, yeah. There's only
So,
two decks on it.
I'm looking around. Do I notice how to store items? Because I don't actually have a sailing background. Are there places to strap things down in the bunks for personal items?
Well, I mean, you could tie things off of the off of the beds and
Okay.
place a couple things down. I mean,
Yeah.
they probably have like one or two little shelvings
And a couple hooks.
Yeah, like a wine rack or something. Yeah, it's probably like a couple hooks on the walls.
Yeah.
They have like some type of wine racks underneath Rindothar's bunk.
Yeah,
You could probably put some
I'm
items there.
spending some time to secure my gear beneath my bunk so that my net swings over my gear.
Right. One thing that you do know is the first thing that you do know is when you enter here, which you thought you would notice off the bat being a ship, some type of aquatic or fishy smell, especially in the cargo hold. But it smells as if it's like the ship has been newly built. Like you can smell like the pine, the scent of the trees off of the wood.
Mm.
In other words, like you know that this captain is really keeping the ship pretty tight and clean.
Okay.
Nice. So, Andal, what are we going to do without Kyrin? We have no healer now. I mean, I know you can do some healing, but...
That is a bit of an insult, I think. Sure.
Well, you're not
better at it.
you're part warrior, part healer. You know,
Mhm.
you're not like one who specializes in divine magic. If only there were someone around that could fill that role.
I'm not actually here yet, am I? I'm at the other end.
No, you're actually not. You're not here yet.
No. No. Yeah. Well, I do share concern over Kyrin's absence, but I think his task is important. So.
Indeed, and he may seek some sort of vengeance. His torment is his god. Am I right?
Helm. He was Helm as
Helm.
well as me.
Okay, he of the unsleeping eyes, and if I remember the tales, they don't take kindly to friends of theirs being slain.
No. No. Well, I don't think anybody does, but
True enough, but you know what I mean.
yes.
I mean, we were all shocked and dismayed, and mourn his passing.
Yeah.
Sure, he's a good lad.
Yeah. I'm still holding out the idea. We do have that wish spell. If we could possibly bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you have a wish spell?
Yes.
And you're at level 5?
Mhm.
Well, we're
Well,
soon going to be level 6, I guess.
yeah.
Still not sure that's high enough to
No, it's a
understand
level
why you
9.
have a wish spell.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we
it's
can't use it,
currently.
basically.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
it's currently not. Well, you guys will tell where it is and how
I
to
know,
get it.
but I'm just saying that having that in the back of Andel's mind, the risk of casting it without knowing how to cast it, weighing that against
Right.
bringing back a friend,
Hmm.
might risk it. But
Yeah.
Right.
Roll
Hey,
on the wild magic.
yeah,
hey,
that would be.
Chris, quick question.
Right.
What are these? Are they cages or something? Or just
Um,
crates?
they're crates of various stuff. More like produce.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing that you do know as you were um escorting these provisions over, you know that some of the stuff came from Barthen, um, from his store. Some stuff came from the Coastal Shield, from linen, so
Yeah, the Lion
some
Show cluster.
armaments, right?
Hmm.
A lot of paperwork, which seems to be dockets of different things coming from the miners' exchange. And the produce, these different crates of produce, majority of it is coming from Quaylen, stuff that she harvested from her farm.
Good.
Isn't there the miners' exchange? How lucrative are the other mines in the area? Would there be ore also on this trip?
Um, there's probably like some ore, um, uh, really minute amount of precious stones,
Okay.
um, but nothing I guess that would interest I guess other people, like, oh, they're shipping gold or anything. Nothing like that.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
more just like more like ores of like iron for steel for like
Tin,
yeah,
iron.
for minuscule stuff and like
Yeah.
for like building structures and stuff like that, but nothing like of like a precious stone like diamonds or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I'm just questioning for getting the whole picture
Hmm.
of the place. I was just thinking because Phandelven seems to be originally a mining town,
Hmm.
so I would
right,
think that that would be something that they would ship.
yeah. I mean, if anything, like a lot of like the like I said, like in regards to like metal, it's stuff like iron and steel
Yeah.
that's probably they're gonna probably ship off to another place to get processed, like, or probably
Yeah.
ship up just ores and it'll get processed someplace else
Well, I
into.
mean, yeah, various places would import the ores.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, they're hopefully they're mining more than the simple blacksmith can in
Yeah,
Phandelven could
yeah,
keep
exactly. I
up
mean,
with.
given the fact that the Wave Echo Cage just recently opened a couple years back, they're slowly getting the production up.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They've been on the road to recovery ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Um, Chris, I'm going to have Rindlethar just take a walk around the ship and continue to take in the sights while they're loading it up, and you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of do something similar, but I'm gonna be meandering a little bit slower than I think Rindlethar.
Yeah.
I'm investigating basically this whole area here. Um, just looking around, trying to stay out of people's way,
Right.
because I kind of want to familiarize myself with this, and this might be one of his first times on a major ship voyage, so he might actually spend some time to bless his own bunk and and possibly parts of the ship as well. He might go around the ship and if it looks important, he'll probably bless it.
Right. So you and Renethar are probably exploring the ship, chatting it up with the different dock workers and the people there. And as you guys are doing that, we're gonna go ahead and switch over back to the top of the dock where you guys came in from. And the captain is still getting the last of the stuff, strapped down, and basically whipping these dock workers to to quickly get this thing loaded up and ready to go. Um, and as he's doing this, um, there is a captain of, well, which looks like to be a captain of the Black Fist Guard. So you guys, you guys met them earlier during the crime scene investigation.
Okay.
Right. And this gentleman here walks up to the dock, and these sets of guards that I'm paying at, they're like in a diamond formation around this what seems to be a female elf, and leading that group is which seems to be the captain of the guard, and they're heading towards it. They're heading towards the ship.
Okay.
This ought to be interesting.
Right. And actually, following along a couple, say about 10 yards behind, is another it seems to be like a soldier, but it's a dwarf. The other soldiers, they're all of human size, except for the elf. And then 10 yards back, what doesn't seem to be part of this group, it looks like he's following this detail.
Okay.
Right. And this is where we introduce this, I guess, this dwarf.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Wow.
So is this dwarf me, or am I at the other end?
Say again?
Is this dwarf me?
Is this dwarf?
Me.
Oh, this dwarf is you?
I'm asking if it is.
Yeah, yes, it is you. And I was about to ask you, what would be your reasons for following this group?
Well, it'd probably be that I have heard about their accomplishments, and I believe that I could, I've heard that they've saved a lot of lives, and I think that I could help them with it.
Right. So, as you were, well, not stalking this group, but you were potentially, keeping your eye on this detail. Of course, you can't help but eavesdrop on a conversation between between this guy, the captain of this detail, and the captain of the ship. Let me see here. Hold on 1 second, guys. Stand by. All right. Hold on, Matt. I'm actually going to send you a tell real quick.
So this is what I hear the captain of the guard say to the captain of the ship?
No, this is what you know. This is probably the reason why
Right.
we were following them.
Right.
So as you're keeping a eye on this guard detail, like I said, you eavesdrop on the conversation between the captain of the guard and the captain of the ship. Um, you basically you hear, "Ahoy there, captain of the Maiden's Fortune. We seek permission to come aboard." And you hear the captain of the ship. He's like, "Aye, and what service do you need of Captain Barroras?" He says, "Well, Captain Hallis of the Black Fist Guard. I'm here escorting this," and he gives an awkward eye to this elf maiden that's with him. "We seek safe passage to Boulder's Gate." And you see Captain Barroras. He looks and he says, "What is it in for me? I mean, passage on the seas ain't free." And Captain Hallis says, "Well, we'll give you half now, half later. How does 500 gold sound?" He's like, "Hold on a minute," and you see that Captain Barrows, he gets off the ship onto the dock, so he gets closer to this, so they can actually discuss matters in a more privately. And then you hear a couple, whispers and stuff like that. And after a few moments, they start laughing at each other and they shake hands. Obviously, they probably made a deal. And the Captain Barobos, he leads them onto the ship. So Captain Haas of the Black Fist Guard and his detail of 4 men and this elf maiden, they board the ship.
Okay. So I still haven't I still haven't been able to, I haven't bought my way aboard the ship yet, have I?
No, you have not bought your way aboard the ship
Okay.
yet.
How much does this kind of voyage usually cost?
Well, I guess you would have to ask the captain. But as of right now, you do not see the captain. He's actually leading them. It seems to be. I mean, from your view from the docks, you've lost track of where they've gone. They probably have gone below the galley. But you see that a bunch of dock workers are still loading up the last parts from one of the 1 or 2 last carts.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to try and get on. I'm just going to try and wait. Is his first? He had a first mate or something that blocked them from getting on the ship.
Right. The first mate is still on the deck below. He hasn't resurfaced.
Okay. I am going to go up to one of the guys who is loading, one of the dock workers, and I'm going to ask them who I would ask about passage on this ship.
Right. So you see one of the dock workers. He's having a hard time lifting one of the crates. It's like, oh, damn it! He's trying to lift it again. He's having a hard time.
I can try and help him lift it while I'm asking this. So I'll try and help him bring the crate aboard.
Cool. Yeah. Without even being asked, you help this dock worker up, and then at first he thought when he lifted up the crate that he has got the strength all of a sudden, and then he realized that someone was helping him on the other end, and he says, "Oh, thanks for the help, lad. Okay, I'll lead the way up to the ship."
And so while we're going up there, I'm going to ask him who I'd talk to about passage on the ship.
And he says, "Well, you got to ask Captain Barobos or his first mate."
Okay.
Well, And he looks around as you guys set the crate down on the dock. He goes, we could use more hand like you. Yeah, you should head. I don't see the captain here. He's probably down below.
Okay. Well, uh, I'm gonna ask the guy if it's normally okay to head below the ship if I haven't actually got
And he's
permission
like,
yet.
uh, uh, I don't know. Wait here. I'll go get him.
Okay.
All right. So you see this guy that you just helped. He goes down below deck.
Do we see the captain of the guard now? The Black Fist.
Hold on one second.
I mean, as we're wandering around the ship.
Right. So as you were wandering on the ship, you do see what seems to be what strikes you first is you hear the clinking clanking of armor, and you know from being on this lower deck that aside from the grunts of the wood on the ship, and of course the hustle and bustle of the different dock worker stuff, that you wouldn't hear like chains rattling or anything like that. So that's what strikes you first, because you actually hear it coming from where you guys came in. That's where it strikes your attention first, or your curiosity actually.
Okay. Okay.
Chris, I was back where he's headed, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
Check it out.
it wouldn't be so much checking it out. It'd be like the noise catches my attention, and then I recognize the guy, the captain of the guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
From just the night before. So I would head straight for him, greet him. Hallis, did you say Hallis?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Actually, no. This is a different guard. This ain't the same guard.
Oh, okay.
It ain't the constable from the crime scene investigation. This is a totally different person.
Oh, okay. I was hoping because that was going to be an introduction. I was going to ask him about the investigation.
Right. No, is totally different. In fact, what you see is Oh, let me trying to see my tokens here. You see the well, I don't have the token for the captain, but you see the captain of the guard and the captain. They're not with this guard detail. And actually, I'm missing one guard. Oops. You see three guards, basically a circle around this hooded figure.
Okay.
Right. And as you approach, you see the captain. You see Captain Borobos and this one of the Blackfist guard and the other captain, and Captain Hallis. They take off to another section of the ship, probably to the captain's quarters.
Okay. Yeah. We need some names in the.
Right, Captain Borobas. Yep, you got it right.
Okay, cool. Just wondering about the spelling.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other captain's name was Captain. Capat. No, not Capat. It's not Capat.
Capat. Chris, I'm sticking pretty close to Andal, as he and I have been companions for years now. Even when we're not fighting, we tend to stick together and work as a well-oiled machine. So
right.
I've got his back, he's got mine, and we're seeing what's going on, I think.
But they're all wearing Black Fist livery, right?
Yes, they are. What you see is that they're all carrying spears.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're all carrying the same uniform that you saw from the night before.
Okay.
That's how you know them as Blackfist guards. You do see the first mate. He's actually he's probably conversating with one of the guards. probably trying to get information on what's going on.
Well, I don't want to break in on their conversation, so I will ask actually one of the other guards. I'll get one of the other guards' attention and um Hale, what's your name, sir? I'm gonna name a red shirt guard.
Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. So when you try to address this guard, he actually his attention was towards the hooded figure, and as you talk, he turns around and he looks at you, and he sizes you up. He actually looks you up and down, and he says to you, "You have no business here. Away with you." And then he turns back around to the hooded figure.
That is quite rude, sir. Well, I don't want to talk to you if you don't want to talk to me. So, I will then go break in with the conversation on the more talkative guard, apparently. Hail, sir.
Right. So you're trying to address the other guard, and he does the same as the other guard. He looks you up and down, but he doesn't say anything to you, and he just turns back to his attention of the hooded figure.
So I'm gonna look at the was it bosun? What was the other guy's name? The second in command of the ship.
The second.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him, and if he's trying to converse with the guards as well, or we're probably gonna share a wry look, like, okay, these guys are antisocial.
Right. So, you're trying to converse with the first mate.
Yeah.
What was his name? Clarence.
Something like
I'll put that in. There we go.
I see I'm not the only nobility aboard.
Were you addressing something, Rob?
Yeah, the people down below me. And I didn't think you would make me roll for this. I climbed up on top of the cargo, and I'm directly above them, standing, looking down. Said, I see that I'm not the only nobility aboard.
Right. So, as you climbed up and you said those words, the guards, they strike into attention, and actually, they brandished their spear pointed at you, and Clarence, the first man, said, "Wait, hold on. He's one of the passengers here. Relax."
Passengers? We are no mere passengers. We are the company of the Iron Fist, good captain.
Company. Oh, thank you, but thank you. You called me captain. I feel. And you see Clarence's face.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's the first mate, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the first mate. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Good man. Sorry.
I don't think he felt very sad about it.
No, he's very happy about it. So as your conversation here is evolving, and Clarence is trying to straighten up things between the guards, as you know, hey, dude, relax, we're all on the same boat here, so to speak.
Oh, put him.
Yeah.
He's here all week. Try the veal.
Right. So we head back up on dockside, and we see that the dock worker that Rogar was talking to coming back up, and he says, "Well, I couldn't get a conversation in with Captain. He busy. So is Clarence. But I think you're okay if you're here. Maybe you could help me with another, and he's pointing out to a couple other crates that are on the dock that still need to get loaded onto the ship.
Yeah, I'll help him out with it. Yeah.
Right. So as you're helping this worker out. He starts he starts inquiring. He says, so why you need to be on the ship? Where you go?
I'm looking for the company of Iron Fists. That's what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm looking for them. I've heard that they're doing some great work, and I'd like to help them out.
Company, Iron, company, Iron. You know, I and he's trying to think of what saying is. Oh, you mean those the man with the men with the logos?
Yep, that's the one.
Well, I saw three of them. I mean, there's one of them right now, and he points to the stern of the ship, and you see the Dragonborn. He has his arms crossed. Matter of
I knew
fact,
you were going to say that. Sitting there, arms crossed with kind of a dour expression on his face, looking down at people with scorn.
exactly. He's watching the different door. He's like waving his head like
Smooth skins.
Smooth skins. Don't understand why they do this stuff. Right, and then we know. Well, just out of character, we never said where he actually is. He wearing like I don't know on his person where he had the logo or where he would wear it. Did he ever
He
indicate?
did like the rest of us did. He had it like on his shoulder. Like I think he had some like layers of like knotted cloth, like monks do type of thing, and he has it like at his shoulder, kind of like the rest of us do. We all kind of wear it like over our left breast shoulder area. Mine's like tooled into leather with a couple of jewels and things like that.
I mean, aside from the amulet that Logar power fist.
that too. We definitely wear those, I think.
Because I think I just don't imagine this Dragonborn with a shirt on. That's why. I mean, always imagine him as just having like I guess some monk, like you said, like a knotted cloth around him or something.
I always
like that.
saw him on as like wearing like a sleeveless shirt, more or less. It's kind of open in the front. And,
Okay. Right.
You know, the crisscross like the Shaolins might have, like the karate gi a little bit, where one crosses over the other and they tie it.
Right. I guess that's something we gotta ask. Steve when he comes back on. But I mean, as of right now, like you said, you can see that the logo's being brandished on his shoulder. And Roger, that's what you would notice on this Dragonborn, that he does have the company of the Iron Fist logo on, I guess, his right shoulder.
Left.
Left shoulder.
Yeah. Left.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the left shoulder. And actually, when you're I guess looking at Talash, he slowly turns his head in your direction. And I mean, I don't know how much of an expression a Dragonborn can give, but he notices that you're looking at him, and then he waves his head again, mutters something under his breath, and just turns back to whatever he was looking at before.
Well, I'm just gonna keep loading these things until I see the captain or the first mate.
Okay. All right, so you continue to help this worker, and you're probably loading like the last couple of crates on, and we'll switch back to below the deck. So as Clarence is deflating the event that was about to escalate. He's like, all right, come on, just put your spears down. You know, there's no trouble here. And you just see Clarence do. And you see the three guards. They slowly put away their spears, but basically just holding it onto their sides and standing guard. But you do see that the semicircle formation that they had around this hooded figure, it got tighter, almost like where she can't even move.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna actually to Rindalthar. I know you nobles have weird customs, but uh, greeting someone from on top of a stack of boxes, is that normal?
When have I ever been normal, friend?
That's true.
I'm unorthodox. Let's put it that way. But
I don't think you could be a member of the Iron Fist without being.
yeah, I was merely making an observation. But we'll try this. Greetings, milady. Rindlethar Silverglen at your service.
She has a lot of metal between you and her, so
Um,
maybe you can charm them away.
well, I wouldn't worry so much about these grunts overreacting.
Well, they're not one for
She's
conversation for sure.
yes, but clearly they're in more danger of one of them tripping and falling on top of her than she's in danger from any of us. I mean,
Well,
she's obviously someone important or someone rich. Maybe both.
I just wanted to find out if how the investigation was going in the city. That these guys don't seem to want to talk. I was hoping for a little bit more information before we go.
Me too. Clarence, we want to speak with that Black Fist before he leaves. Once you're concluded here.
If he leaves, maybe he's coming along.
He's like, great. Well, he says, well, lads, come over here. Let me. I'll fill you in. And he backs up. I had to switch tokens. I had the wrong tokens on, but he backs up and he's saying, come here. I'll tell you what's going on.
Sure. What is happening right now? With the lady, actually, she's got a hood. Does she have any emblems on her? Any logos or?
When you were looking at this lady, no, she's dressed as you see in the picture, but just with the hood on. There's no identifying marks on her or insignia or sigils on her clothing at all.
Okay.
It seems as though they're trying to keep her identity, I guess, as secret as possible. Or
yeah. I'm picking up on that. Yeah.
Right.
If they had really wanted to keep her identity a secret, they would have brought her aboard under the cover of darkness, or smuggled her aboard in a carton or a box,
or at least
maybe
cover
they cared
their
about
own
comfort.
weapons and shields. Put on some cloaks themselves, make themselves look like just travelers rather than
overreacting guards. All right, so what's the lowdown here, Clarence? Do tell.
He's like, well,
who do we share this trip with?
And he says, well, see, I'll tell you. And as he's starting to speak, you see off in front of you in the distance, you see the captain of the Blackfist Guard come out from the section of the ship, probably from the captain's quarters with the captain. They conversate again, and they shake hands, and you see them lead the maiden back to where they came from.
Okay.
And you see the guards follow along.
What about that Blackfist captain? What's he doing?
The Blackfist captain, he actually starts walking away, not towards where the guards are. It seems that he directed him to go with the lady, and he's actually looks like he's walking around the ship, probably surveying it. The Captain Barobos, he actually egresses out and goes topside.
Okay.
So let's just say he's going to go topside for now.
All right, Clarence. What
so now that the captain's topside, can I shake his hand and ask him how much it would cost to come aboard?
Sure. As you, well, he's not topside just yet. He's on his way up there.
Okay.
So come to you soon. We'll come to that real soon. But you were asking Clarence? Oh, you're asking Clarence what's going on?
Yeah.
Right. And he says, you know, I don't like I don't like the business of dealing with sea devils, but I guess we have to.
What do you mean by that?
Devils.
Well, I mean, didn't you see her? She's a sea devil.
I have no idea
I'm not
what you
familiar
mean.
with that term. I don't sail often.
Rarely.
You know, it's best off that you don't know. Something less for you to worry about. But
Technically, our business is to worry about things. So, if I would prefer to know if I need to keep a watchful eye. I was thinking this was going to be a fairly swift and uneventful journey down south. Am I gonna need to sleep with my one eye open?
nothing of the like. It's
Okay.
just her people. I don't like.
Or people.
Okay.
What people is that?
Well, I mean, I've only known them as sea devils all my life. I mean, you could ask other people here. They
Is
probably
she
share the same.
an aquatic elf by chance?
I, I I don't know. She does. She looks elf to me. And I don't aquatic. I don't know.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, why is she accompanied by so many guards?
Well, I guess she's somebody of great importance. But I mean, that's the captain's business. He hasn't told me anything yet, so I just know what that guard
Hmm.
told me. He he just said that they're escorting her to Boulder's Gate.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Clarence, it would be worth your while to share information that you learn about these folk and any other would-be passengers with us. Definitely be worth your while.
Hmm.
If
Can you
I
do
might
some
make a
Islam?
persuasion check.
Oh, you're persuasion. Are you
uh,
gonna put some coins in his hand
Oh
to get
yeah,
advantage on this?
I'm going to hand him 5 gold to
Five
start.
gold. Holy
five.
cow.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so go ahead and give me a persuasion check in with advantage.
Oh, look at that! Holy
Oh.
crap!
Right, and um Clarence he with the 5 gold he doesn't put his hand out, but he shifts his eye to one of the crates, basically saying like, yo, just put it there and I'll grab it.
Yeah. I pick up what he's putting down. So yeah, I set it there. Kind of, so it's not right out in the open, off to the side. I got you. There's
Right.
more where that came from, friend.
Mm, well, mm, I, well, if I learn anything new, I'll be sure to tell you right right away. Um,
Remember, we mean no ill with this information. We're just looking to see what's going on, and if
We
this
want to
is someone that
protect
should be
ourselves
protected,
and
you
the
know,
passengers.
right.
right. And I'm pretty sure, with any future persuasions, you definitely don't mean any harm. But I'll let you know as soon as
Fair
I.
enough, friend.
And he briskly walks away.
Hmm.
I'm gonna gather some information about what's going on.
Hey, Angel, do you see this fellow down here? He's some heavy armored dwarf who's like
I don't think I'm
loading
down
up.
yet.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
he's
Oh,
not.
we
You're
right.
not
we
there
haven't
yet.
seen him. No.
Oh, I thought he was doing that while this is all going on, loading up the
Oh,
ship.
Well, he's pulling him
Oh, yeah, I was
aboard
loading.
loading up on top side. Yeah.
above. Yeah. Other guys are
I
probably
didn't
pulling him
realize you
down
could see
here.
topside from down there.
Yeah. So we
See,
we
I
don't know.
thought we were topside this whole time, so.
Nope, nope.
Oh, you're on the second or the second level
Yeah.
below. Yeah, in the cargo hold basically.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a roof above us. Depending on how tall you are, you might hit your head.
Like 5'10". I don't know.
Yes, I don't think you have a problem. I'm
Oh,
not particularly tall either, though. But I'm 6'1".
well, who was the short one out of the group? I totally forgot who.
That'd
Kyrin
be
was
me.
the short one.
Oh,
Yeah,
He was
Kyron's like
5'2".
5'5".
He was
Oh,
5'2".
5'2"? Yeah.
5'2". Yeah.
Oh, but he was like the rock star or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm 4'8".
You're 4'8".
Yeah, that's not real tall. Tall for a
Yeah, I'm a
dwarf.
dwarf. Oh, it's pretty
Yeah,
average,
speaking of which, what's going on with him, Chris?
Right.
Yeah.
So soon enough, the captain does appear um, topside. And you said that as soon as you saw him, you were going to, I guess, approach him
walk up
and.
to him, shake his hand, and ask him how much it was to get aboard for the trip.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Just stand by. I'm about to send you another tell real quick. So as you came up and started shaking the captain's hand, I mean, you didn't you startled him, but he tries not to show it. He just like he kind of steps back and he's like, okay, and he's like, wondering why are you shaking my hand, and then you start to tell him, well, I want to board the ship, and he's like, and then he looks at the nearest person like to like share his like who's this guy kind of thing, and he sees the worker that you were helping, and he comes up and he goes, Captain, he's helping me. He said he wanted to 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 ride with us. Okay, uh, it's up to you. And then the captain puts up his hand and he says, you you wanted safe passage on here, Master Dwarf.
Yep. I'm wondering how much it'll cost.
My curiosity is piqued. Why would you want to come aboard?
I'm actually looking for the what is it again? The Iron
The company of
Fist.
the Iron Fist. Yeah.
Company of the Iron Fist. Yeah. I'm looking for them.
Oh, the company of the. I see. Well, I guess I'll leave that up to you. Well, you showed. I mean, depending on him, and he's pointing at the dock worker that you're helping. He says that you're. I guess you. We could use another man like you on the ship to help about. How about I say this? Let's say your fee for traveling on this ship. Where is it? Where was the destination you want to go? I mean, aside from meeting these
Wherever the Company of Iron Fists are going.
Well, whatever business you have, I guess that's you. But I guess cost for on my ship is work. So as long as you can share in the duties with these other men, I could probably provide you safe passage
So
to whatever
I'll
it is.
shake his hand then. I'll shake his hand and say thanks. And yeah.
Right. And he shakes back. He says, "I'll be keeping my eye on you."
So is there still more stuff that needs to be loaded up?
And you see the captain, like, he grabs his belt and he looks about and he says, "Well, have at it then. There's still a couple of things that need to be put on board, and probably some of that stuff strapped down. We should be shipping off soon." And he starts walking away from you, walking around to the other side of the ship, inspecting that stuff is put in its place and everything is packed tight and ready before they start to ship off.
Okay. So, do I see the Company of Iron Fists anywhere other than that Dragonborn? Because I don't really that much.
Right. You don't see the and any other members of the Iron Fist except for the Dragonborn. And like I said earlier, he took notice of you and probably overheard your conversation. So he's not trying to approach you, but he's like getting into a position where he can keep a better eye on you. So let's say like he's about maybe like a good 5 yards away from where you're working. And it does kind of strike you odd as when you look at his Dragonborn, he's not doing anything but just standing there with his arms crossed and just looking about.
Raising a hairless eyebrow. For the longest time, Matt, he called us all smooth skins. So Rindlethar started teasing him back and calling him rough skin, and eventually he started to accept us. So he stopped calling us that. We were friends at that point.
Yeah.
He's playing it kind of neat because he like his culture is just different, you know, and he's just kind of aloof and a little bit dour at times, but
Yeah.
he's
Which
played it pretty well.
is actually really funny when you
Yeah.
read his backstory, because he's like childish and outgoing and whatever
Amongst
for
his people.
amongst his people.
Yes.
Yes, right. But
He's got to learn to grow up.
and
He
this
was
is
a
basically
red dragonborn too, wasn't he? He has fire breath.
Yeah, he has fire breath.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then he has another story that ties in with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But yeah, that's the only company of the Iron Fist that you see on the from topside where you are.
We would be coming up on deck at some point. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I can't speak for Andal, but you know, we're not just gonna hang out below decks. I mean,
No,
I'm
yeah,
just
I
keep on
since this
working
is
until like
tech, yeah.
until
Okay.
I've run out of work to do for now.
All right, so you continue working with the rest of the other dock workers, strapping down the last crates, and actually you guys have finished unloading the carts, and it's just a matter of getting everything tied down and ship shape in a sense to get shipped off. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
where you're at, and then
Yeah.
switch over back to you guys below deck. What are you guys planning to do?
I just to get a reason to mainly, I'm gonna ask one of the dock workers or one of the ship how soon they'll cast off. Do you know?
And one of the dock workers, he says, "Well, it looks like we should be shipping off and ready to go." And he does some nautical gestures, and he puts his finger in his tongue, and it's like judging the air, but you guys are below deck for some reason. He's doing that, and he's like, and he puts his ear out, and he's like, "Sounds like in an hour."
An hour? Oh,
I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will. This is one of the largest ships I've been on, so I would like to see it cast off. I'm going to watch the last preparations.
Count
So
me in.
which one is up and which one is down? Is this
So the
have
one,
to go
yeah,
up
that's
and
going
then
up and then up
and
again.
then up again? Okay.
Yeah, so then that's where you got.
So yeah. So I'm
You're top.
coming up on deck, and I'm gonna find a place. I'm heading towards an area that doesn't seem to have people in it, because I don't know where to stand actually.
Okay. Just give me a sec, guys, and I'll put you top side. Let me see here.
I don't want to be in the way, but I also want to get the best view.
All right. So because I don't know if that was you that I just grabbed, or I got somebody else. No, that's somebody. Nope, I got the wrong dude. Okay. You and the captain of the Blackfist Guard looks the same for some reason. Okay, here we go. This is you, which is kind of odd. I don't think your health would be 13, would it?
No, it's
Probably not at level 5.
no. No,
Um,
the link to some of these character things aren't 100%.
So, see if I could put Rogar on. Okay, so Rogar, you are probably right about here.
It's actually
Yeah.
Ragnar, Chris.
Oh, Ragnar? I keep saying.
Yeah, you keep
Sorry,
on. That was that other dwarf.
that's right. Yeah, sorry
Rogar?
about that.
Uh,
Yeah, I keep
Rogar
getting mixed in
Power Fist.
with Power
Rogar
Fist. Yeah,
Power Fist.
Ragnar.
Ragnar.
Thank you for the correction. All right, hold on a second. This. So this is the dock worker that you've been working with, Ragnar. I think I pronounced that right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are we on the? I'm on the ship map. Are we supposed to be on the upper deck map now?
The
Oh,
dockside one is the one I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here we go. Do you see it now?
I don't.
Not yet.
No.
still on the map with the side of a ship and the dock.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. You guys not seeing it?
No. We're just seeing the side of the ship
We're
with
on the
those
wrong
three
page,
figures.
I think. You have us on the wrong page.
Maybe you're logged in as a player again or something.
No, I'm on the GM side. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. I see what happened. All right, sorry. There we go. Okay, there we go.
You just had to drag the bookmark over.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I was on that page. Yeah. You guys see it now?
Yes.
Yeah. Part of the ship.
Black May.
Yeah, let
I
me
guess
go ahead and give you.
seeing Telesh over here, I'm gonna probably head towards him because he looks like he's out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Talash, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
Good day, dwarf.
Oh, there we go. I now have vision.
What have you been doing up here?
Just watching these smooth skin work.
And what have you learned? For that is part of why your father sent you out into the world.
I don't understand why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, not everybody's at one with nature like yourself, and they need goods and gear and food in order to prosper, so.
And just shipping stuff south.
But while this is, while it's being done, we're supposed to help keep an eye on it, so.
Yeah.
That's how we were able to get passage basically free of charge, or darn near. Sildar
yeah.
is friends with the captain, so.
We got. I'm sure money of some sort was changed.
Yes, I think so too, but.
I'm looking at I just noticed now that they have some pretty heavy ballista things at the bow of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the bow. That's the stern.
That's the anchor chain, probably.
These things? I don't think so.
I'm looking at these.
These things
Maybe
look
it's
like
at the other end.
ballistas.
Yeah,
Oh
ballistas.
The ones at the
No
bottom
doubt.
are definitely ballistas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that far. That's cool.
Yeah. Pretty heavy armament for a ship, but anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm after the initial hello to Lesh, I'm just looking around at the ship and what people are doing and stuff like that. Just taking it all in.
Right. And then, Telesh, as you're conversating with Telesh, and then Telesh, he doesn't point, but more like he motions with his head, and he's motioning at the dwarf, and he says, "The short one."
What about him?
And he tilts his head, and he's like, "I don't know. He's been keeping an eye on me. That's why I'm keeping an eye on him."
Have you ever seen yourself in a mirror, Talash? It's not every day you see a dragonborn, friend. It's also not every day you see a dwarf.
Well, yeah, for the last couple of years, yes, we have seen dwarves every day.
True. Yeah, at least one or two, maybe three. Hey, Talash, hold very still. I've been meaning to check something. I draw out my rapier, and I want to know if it is going to do excessive damage to him. So hold very still. I just want to see, like, just on your claw, the pinky claw.
You see this dragonborn start to
Get away from
started getting riled, and
Yeah.
smoke starting to come out of
Just
out of his
kidding.
mouth.
Please relax. You need to learn to take a joke. This is part of your experience. Every now and then he does smile and he gets in on it. You know, it's cool. I'm very much looking forward to him going back to the
smile.
game.
You see teeth.
Yeah.
You see the smile. You see like a crack in his mouth and see teeth.
It's like,
You don't really know if he's like breathing or.
Okay. No need for that.
Yeah.
Remember, we've saved each other's lives countless times.
Just remember when Steven gets back, tell him that Telesh lost a pinky.
Yeah, in a training accident.
Sure.
Yeah.
You are now Pinkyless. Oh no, tailless. No. Well, he doesn't have a tail. What am I talking about?
No, he doesn't have
He
a
doesn't have
tail.
a tail.
I can see him holding up his gauntlets. He's like, "What do you think you're gonna do?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So can I go up to them now that I've seen them
Oh,
and start
yeah.
talking?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna greet them and introduce myself, and I'm going to tell them that I've heard a lot about their work they've been doing, and I was wondering if you were interested in having a hand.
Well,
I'm interested in having two hands, one on the right and one on the left.
You
technically
see
three.
Talash shift his weight and then recross his arms the other way, and then he looks at you.
Well, I tell them that making you guys keep two hands is my job. I'm a healer.
What's your name, dwarf?
I'm Ragnar.
Of what clan, Ragnar?
The Rock Seeker.
Rock Seeker.
What? Are you serious?
Are you related to Gundren?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if did you get the last tell I sent you?
I got that one. I'm related to Baba Nanatiro. Natarino.
Natarino. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Baba Ganoush? What?
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead. Go. Yeah. Go ahead. Continue.
Well, I mean, I guess the Rock Seeker
Well,
clan is
step
pretty
closer,
large.
dwarf, so we can not have to yell across the deck. Rockseeker, you say? Let's get a look at you. See if you look anything like Gundren, our good friend. Well, you're taller. And you look like you're skilled at craftsmanship. You're well outfitted. But I'm not seeing much in the way of weapons.
I fight with magic.
It was a useful skill.
Indeed.
It's kind of an unusual. We've set up a process of applying to the Iron Fist, and usually people just head to the Iron Fist Keep, and then they go through a training process. But
right. Well, I didn't actually know about this.
Yeah, that's true. But as circumstances have divided us from our good friend and our cleric, our healer, I'm willing to try an apprentice basis. What say you, Rin?
Okay.
Well, if he's a rock seeker, it's likely we can trust him, but we did just meet the fellow.
I know.
Ragnar, I'm Rindelthar. This dragonborn is Talash, and the heavy-armored man to my left is Andal Smith.
Yes.
Okay. So
hello, short, smooth skin.
So Gundren was my uncle's cousin.
So you are a distant relation.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I've got to tell you, your uncle's cousin is one of the best dwarfs I've ever known. And I've known a few.
Well, I thank him.
You've got some large shoes to fill there.
Are you talking about Kyrin's? Because his were kind of small.
No, I meant like, because...
Yeah, I look down and I look confused.
That's alright. If you're as good as you say you are, though, I think we could definitely use your help. How do you feel about orcs, goblins, things like that?
They aren't very... Like, my whole race hates them. They've kicked us out of our keep hundreds of years ago. And... Oh, sorry, out of our citadel hundreds of years ago. And we've been in wars with them ever since.
Just to let you know, we do have a goblin working at the Iron Fist Keep, so
He's a tame one.
yeah,
There are exceptions to every rule, but in general, that's the case I've found.
Okay.
Well,
we have had some poor dealings with goblins in the past. Yes.
yes, and most of them we slew.
Yeah.
The only
Most of them
peaceable
did not
contact
end
we
well
had
for the
was,
goblin. Yeah.
yeah, we had peaceable contact with a group of disciplined military hobgoblins, and in fact, they've all since been slain. But one of their trained wargs was kind of befriended by us, and
Just a wolf.
you may see him in the future, and if so, please don't slay him with your magic. Just a little
Well,
advance
yeah.
warning.
Okay.
But,
Well,
how did you book passage on this ship?
well, I was helping out one of the dock workers, and he got into contact with the captain, and the captain said that if I worked, then I could have free passage.
Hmm.
Good arrangement.
Maybe I'm gonna speak with the captain. Because we currently have booked passage for 4 people, and 1 is missing. So maybe we could get you his bunk, and you may not have to work.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I will talk to the captain.
Yeah, Andal, if you just say he's with us, that should be all it takes.
Yeah.
But-
Where's the captain right now?
If you scroll down towards the south, he's at the captain's at the wheel.
At the helm.
At the
Yeah.
helm,
there?
yes,
Okay.
he's at the helm. Yeah.
Now, Ragnar, you're still going to need to prove yourself. I mean, you seem like a dwarf of your word, but I'm going to need to see what you can do at some point before we just say, sure, you're one of us.
Okay. Would you like me to prove myself at any particular place, or like on the ship, or once we get off?
No, I mean, if it comes to some sort of a conflict. You have a mighty fine shield there. I imagine you know how to use it, so...
Yeah.
Right. So as you guys are conversating, you can hear the first mate, Clarence. He's walking about and he's yelling out, "All right, get ready. We're about to ship off. Make sure that's tied down. You, hurry up." He's pointing out directions and basically he's letting everybody know that they're getting ready to ship off. And then he walks about. You pass by him, Mendel, and he nonchalantly told you, best be ready, master. We're gonna be shipping off soon. And then as he passes you by, and he's walking about, and he passes by you, Ragnar, Rindothar, and Talash, letting you guys know, be ready. We're about to go ship off. This page is making the rounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. This is still my old token, probably why it's not linked up.
Yeah, so this is your old token.
Anyway, so I reached the captain, and hail, Captain Barabbas.
Barabbas. I think that's what we put in the
Barabbas.
Yeah, title.
Okay. And I point to the dwarf over there. I hear that you recently took aboard that dwarf over there. He seems to want to take on with us, and we currently are in need of more help. And we have booked passage for 4 on this ship. We would like to have him take the 4th spot.
Well, I mean, your word is as good as any. If he's with you,
Mm-hmm.
I guess he is, but he is your responsibility.
I do understand that I am taking responsibility for whatever he does aboard this ship. But I'm hoping that he will be as good as his word, but we will. It will soon be tested. Believe me, it will soon be tested.
Right. And he says, right, sir. Well then, I'll leave it to you. And if
Oh,
anything does occur, I know who to call
certainly,
for.
certainly. And I'm not a stranger to hard work, so if things need to be done, uh, I would certainly do them myself. I may need distraction. If this voyage is potentially as smooth as I believe it could be,
Excuse me.
perhaps perhaps it might be a little too boring, and I might want some diversion. So, if you need something done, you know, and you need help with something, just let me know.
And he says, oh, all right. I mean, there's many things to do, but if anything, you would have to talk to my mate about that.
Okay,
Right.
certainly.
And as he says that, you hear the first mate yell out, "All right, you sea dogs, hoist that anchor, unfurl the sails." And then you hear the captain bark back at his first mate as the first mate's coming up on deck um, to the helm. He says, "All right, Clarence, tell them we're gonna go at half speed first, and then once we clear the port, go to full." Right, sir. And he relays the message back to the rest of the sailors. All right, we ship off half sail, half sail. And you just hear them sound off saying the same thing as to relay the message down the
Pass on the word.
Mhm.
half sail, half sail. To the north side where you see these dock workers around this wheel, they're going around in a clockwise rotation, hauling up the anchor. You do hear the sails overhead, the unfurl, and basically you see that they raise it up to half, and then you hear one of actually the dock worker right next to you, Ragnar. He actually turns his head up and he puts his hands in a cone in front of his mouth and he yells out, "Say what I make sure we clear." And then you hear a voice come down, "Uh, why we clear? Go on." And then slowly but surely you feel the ship slowly nudge out of the dock, and as the wind picks up on the sails, you feel the momentum of the ship starting to push itself forward away from the dock. And a moment too later, with the captain at the helm, he slowly navigates through the port, avoiding the other ships. And as soon as the ship is basically clearing the port, you hear One Eye go, "Oh, Captain, we are clear! Full sail ahead if I wish." And then they pass the word around and it goes back to the first mate. The first mate goes over to the captain and says, "All right, Captain, we are clear. We can go." And he says, "All right, Clarence, tell the lads, full sail." And he yells back, "All right, Sea Dogs, full sail! Full sail! Full sail!" And it's just going down the line. And then you feel the ship starting to take up more momentum as the sails unfurl to its full mast, and the wind just hits it, and you just feel the ship start to go. And you can feel the light spray of the ocean spray on your face. You feel the ship start to rock a little bit, and as it's rocking, not knowing if how used to you guys are being on the ship, I would love for each of you to give me a
No.
Constitution roll.
Constitution.
Save?
Okay.
Constitution save, yes.
Okay.
Constitution save.
Saving throw.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Average.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a solid stomach, solid guy on deck.
Let me look for Talash.
I think Ragnar's going to hurl.
Good first impression.
Whew. I thought dwarves had a strong constitution.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, he's
Right,
really
so-
blowing his groceries everywhere.
So as the ship starts to pick up speed, and of course you start to feel the motion of the ocean under the so to speak the belly of this beast. Start to
Nice.
gently rock, right? And Rinlothar and Andal probably giving your past experience being on ships during the war or from traversing the
That's-
land.
Diplomat, yeah.
Yeah,
Duties.
I don't know actually in real life if there's any correlation, but riding a horse and stuff like that, there's some unusual movement, and so
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know if there's a
I think there'd be some type of where your center of gravity or your balance is. So yeah, you'd probably be used to that. Because I'm pretty sure you would have to have a strong stomach if you're going to be riding a horse all the time if you're not used to it.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it almost comes like second nature to you two, as if like just like riding, like if you ride a bike once, you never forget how to ride it.
Nice.
Yeah, Master Dwarf, it being probably I would assume probably your first time or not many times, and also probably Talesha since he's still exploring the world. You suddenly are overcome with exactly. You start hurling over, and you got the rest of the company. They're looking at this and trying to hold back their laughs. Telesh, you can't tell if he is, but all of a sudden he rushes over to the side and follows suit with the dwarf. So both of them are just hurling over. They're wrenching over. And this is the first time you actually ever seen Telesh actually lose his stomach.
When they're done, I'm waiting with the water skin so they can like rinse out their mouths and dab their faces. Here, lads, rinse off and clean out your mouth. Get that foul taste out.
Right.
Maybe we'll find some ale to gargle with. Get something.
Right. Yeah. The dock worker that was working with you, Ragnar, he chuckles as he slowly walks away. Telesh, he actually turns around to reach over for the water from you and Lothar, but as soon as he saw you like hold it and like kind of like shake it, like here, take it, and he hears the jiggling of the water skin, he suddenly has another urge to go retch over
boy. Well, your father wanted you to get some experiences. Here you are, living, friend.
Right. So, you guys are out to sea, Cephalo, and this is probably where we will end the scene for now, as you guys are shipping off.
Okay.
Onto the open ocean. So
I liked Andal's idea too. I'm gonna do a little bit of learning about the ship and helping out doing some work around the deck. I mean, I know like I have the noble background, but I don't. You know how it is with Rinthlar. He doesn't think himself above any of that stuff, and he's very well regarding towards the common people.
Yeah.
Everything.
I also want to learn as much about the ship, the various parts, the jobs that everyone has.
okay.
Because I both out of curiosity, but also I want to know my ground. I want to know what if it comes to a fight. I want to know where so and so is going to be. What jobs absolutely have to be. Someone can't fight because they have to do some.
Well, who needs to be protected too?
Yeah.
Obviously the captain, first mate, but others as well.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. That's definitely when we pick up from this spot, you will definitely know you'll learn meet more of the passengers because you haven't actually met any of the passengers.
Yeah.
On the other passengers, except for like what you see like the tokens of dock workers and whatnot. In regards to jobs and duties, so far as you guys have learned, is there is a contingent of guard detail. The elf maiden, there's actually 4 guards with her, and the captain, making a total of 5. So there's 5 people capable of fighting. You met the captain and the first mate. I'm sorry I didn't give a complete description, but from all the people on the ship, I mean, some of the dark workers you see them, they have like probably like a dagger or maybe some type of knife, but it's more of a tool, or not as a weapon. I mean, some of them probably holding like hammers, just the tools that any worker on a ship would have on with them. But you do see that just like any typical captain, the captain, he has a cutlass on him. His first mate has a similar sword, probably a rapier or a short sword. Um, yeah, those are the other two people that that are armed on the ship, as that probably ready to fight if something was to break out or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Chris, I wanted to make sure that you knew this too for the ship. I don't ever take off the rapier or the dagger. They're never off my person. Like even if I'm using the privy or something, it's not even that I don't just trust, like that I think some people in the ship are going to steal them. I just am like leery of like one of them somehow ending up overboard or
right. Well, I mean, in regards to like the gear that you guys are carrying, I mean, aside from like I guess like the mini skill stuff, like stuff like in your explorer's pack and stuff like that. That I would think that was something that you would put down if you were like something like this. But
and
like
rations and all that.
Yeah, but like your I guess important equipment and like your weapons, I would always think that you always have them on you, not unless you actually tell me that I'm gonna take my weapon off or set it down for the second, or I would tell you that you would have taken your weapon off or something if it has to do with something with the story. But I'm always going to assume that you always have it on.
Well, like for instance, I'm not carrying my bow and arrows around.
Okay,
so hung at my rack.
Oh, okay. So that's what something you would tell me, like I don't have my bow and arrow, but I have my sword and
Yeah, my rapier and my dagger. Part of this trip too, I want to get to know Ragnar a little better, learn some of his tales, share some of our tales from the past, and everything like that. And yeah, Matt, if you haven't already, feel free to go back through some of the different videos Chris has put on from our past adventures. We can say that we told you some of the tales, and you can skim through. We don't expect you to watch like 30 some odd hours.
Yeah, you don't have to watch the whole thing. I mean, yeah, you could just skim through. I mean, like especially like I guess like some important well, I guess I got to go through it and see what would pertain to what you would probably would want to know of what their past adventure was. So some of the stuff that does come up does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like, the past couple.
Yeah, because just like the tales that I was sending you, I know it's kind of like on the fly, but this is what you would know as your character so far. But just like you saying that, I know of your past, like I know of you guys, stuff like that. Probably they're growing famous from the deeds that they happen to pass, and I mean, yeah, you would probably like I guess to look at some of the past stories and we'll probably tell you more like what they've done and stuff like that. But I mean, like you know that they've killed Venom Fang, which was a green dragon, which they met in Thunder Tree. That might have been no, that just recently happened though. No, it's not something that they would know. Well, you would know that they were part of the reopening of the Way Echo Cave and the stuff in Fandown. You probably heard about the Red Brands that they took care of, which was which was like a gang that was terrorizing the community at the time. But yeah, if you have time, just play it in the background and learn what these guys did. And I can't get over the awesome rolls. And you guys, man, when these guys face monsters, I don't know. It's like I don't even want to put like a battle music over anything.
The Umber Hulk battle, Chris. Remember the Umber Hulk?
Yeah, like the Umber Hulk battle.
Between my crit with the sneak attack where I did like 41, and I think Andal had one for like 45, or was it Kyrin? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Because you got him with the arrow, and then I was able to knock it over, and then came down with the smite with a crit.
Yeah. So you did like almost 50 damage. It was awesome.
I mean, the first time you guys faced Venom Fang, Talash was down, but then the second time was just like a cakewalk. I was like, wow. But I mean, you guys were just rolling awesome, which was
We also had a pretty good strategy on that
Yeah,
too. We spread
yeah, the
out and
tactics. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because like
Hmm.
I couldn't figure out where am I gonna go. You guys spread out. Damn, I can't breath you all.
Yeah, we with actually having that experience with Telesh, I think makes it realistic that we would have that tactic
Yeah, you
of
guys would know what
fighting
to
a
do
dragon
next
because
time. Yeah.
we knew that that was bad news.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I think the first time you guys rushed the tower or something.
It
That's
was
how
in
he.
closed
Yeah, it
space.
was in close space, and that's how he got thing. Yeah.
We
Oh,
were
and it,
basically just lucky that he only was able to catch Telesh in the cone and not all of us.
yeah, that's true. And yeah, Talash he almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost died. Another good watch would probably. Well, which one was one of my favorites was when you guys fought the Necromancer.
Mhm.
So where can I watch these?
Oh, I mean, you could find it under my channel, which is Husky Bear, or I'll send you a link right now to it. Um,
Yeah. My favorite though was the roper.
oh, the Roper.
Yeah. I
Those
liked it
things.
because you get the when you go back to Kyrin's turn, he radiance of the dawn of the thing, and then I sprinted out and leapt out over the water,
Oh, yeah, that was
and
actually awesome.
and right as I approached, Riddlethar launched an arrow at him and took him down.
Yeah, I was actually like pretty amazed at that. I was like, wow, it actually worked out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So,
was perfectly timed.
hmm so yeah, there you go. That's the link to I guess the playlist, or and then you can
Oh,
just
I think
and
I'm
then
already on.
oh, there you go. And then
Yeah,
just
they're all labeled pretty clearly in
yeah,
order, like
Oh yeah.
session 1, session 2, session 3.
Yeah.
yeah. I
We
just
probably
And
could have gotten that done in about 5 less sessions, but we, you know, get into the role play and we kind of kid around
yeah,
a little bit and chit chat a little bit too, and
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what I found with this group that I've been with so far, man, they're totally awesome. Just doing the role playing stuff. And shoot, I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen next, especially when it's a full house.
Hmm.
oh yeah.
yeah. So
Well, next week ought to be great. Sorry,
I'll
go ahead,
try
Matt.
and some of them done, but I'm actually starting a new semester at uni now,
Uh huh.
and so I may be busy.
Yeah, it's
I'll
not
try and get it done.
required.
Yeah,
We'll fill you in when things happen. I mean, and feel free to ask if you need to know anything
right.
about.
And most
Yeah.
of it's not important anyway, but it's just like
Yeah,
background
yeah,
of kind of how we got where we are. And
hmm
Yeah.
yeah. The it's not going to be very helpful to you, but the history journal uh, basically has a lot of names and just a uh, little
Ah,
information about
yeah, that's
what we
useful.
know about them and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like that handout folder. There's you can totally edit it yourself. I think the only thing
Hmm.
is that just don't be on at the same time because then it kind of gets quirky. But I
All
mean,
right. Yeah.
yeah, but this is totally something you guys would do. I mean, I even put a bestiary vault if you guys wanted to. Well, I don't think you guys ever. Well, you guys don't even
Yeah,
need it. What am I
No,
talking about?
you should.
Yeah, and then
and
there's a treasury ledger, and so I tried doing player's handbook. I guess I got to complete that, but I think everyone pretty much has a copy of the player's
yeah,
PhD or some sort. You do have it, right, Matt? So
Wait, I have what? Sorry.
the
Oh, player's
PhD.
Player's
handbook.
Handbook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a copy just next to me.
Oh, okay.
okay, I'd forgotten the saying that we had to say to get the the wish spell back,
Oh,
and
you
it's listed
did?
here. Yeah,
You do have it listed there.
yeah, it's listed. I don't know who put it there, but oh yeah.
Who did put? Was that you, Rob, that wrote it down?
I don't know, man.
Maybe
To
Kyrin did.
retrieve the wish spell? I don't know.
Yeah, to retrieve the wrist spell.
Wait, is this in history?
Yeah, that's in the
Yeah.
treasure ledger. The
Was it
Oh, right.
the treasure ledger?
Yeah, it's listed in the treasury ledger. Right there at the bottom.
It might have been Kyrin that put that.
Probably.
Tell Tarek move. Poopsie. Say, Poopsie, you are great.
But you must mean it.
But you must mean
Yeah,
it.
that's too funny.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, so now, I mean, there, you know where the wish spell is back in Van Dalen, and
Well, he does, but his character doesn't.
it's your character. Yeah. What was this saddlebag and? Oh, that's the.
Oh,
is
that was. Those things should probably be deleted out of the treasury at this point, because I think that all that has been divvied up at this point.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're not-
that's what the spell scroll was. That was the wish spell.
Yeah,
right?
that was
Spell
the
scroll,
next level spell scroll. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh,
yes.
right, yeah.
This is what
So
this is what they've gotten so
To
far.
actually use the Wish spell scroll, though, don't you need to record it in your spell book?
No,
And
spell
that's-
scrolls you can cast them from the scroll.
Cast
It's
the
just
scroll.
it disappears.
Right.
But there is, depending on how Husky wants to run it, there are penalties for trying to cast a spell higher level than you can actually.
Oh yes,
cast.
I'm running that a wild magic. And,
Yeah.
yeah. If you try to do that, I mean, it just makes sense. It would be some type of penalty, and if you could actually get the spell off right.
So there's, I think it's kind of like the use magic device. I think in the official DM guide for scrolls.
Yeah, I think you got like a roll.
You have to roll.
I think
If
it's not
you are
common,
not proficient, if you
Proficient,
actually are proficient,
Wait, isn't proficient in Arcana?
No, I used the wrong word there. If you actually
High
have the
enough level?
spell on your spell list,
on your spell list, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, right,
then you don't. I think it just changes the
spell
DC of the casting.
Well, I don't know. Wizards can do like a DC 10 plus the level, I think, to record it in their spell book.
Oh, I mean to
they-
to record it. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can use
Yeah.
it permanently.
Yeah. Well, if anyone could actually cast a 9th level spell, they could definitely record it. If
Yeah.
that's level 17, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
9th level, yeah. So that may not be happening for a while. Terrell has to do a lot of adventuring on his own.
I could potentially bring that guy back from the dead once I get to cast 7th level spells, which is
Yeah.
at level 13.
Which guy you talking about? Too.
Vale.
The guy who
Oh.
died. Who?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
the bard, right?
Yep. The bard.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, well, that's the other question too, because, given what the timeline is, well, you guys are already shipped off. Don't know how far off you'll be when you come back in the next session. But then, I mean, if you were, unless you casted, what's that pre-spell? Which,
No, that one, Resurrection, you can revive somebody who hasn't been dead for more than a century.
Yeah.
oh, it's actually for a century. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I
there's
thought
True
actually-
Resurrection, which is 2 centuries.
Yeah. Yeah. They get pretty extensive after a certain level.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it had to be something like after a certain level. I
No,
thought it was
that's
something-
Revivify. That has
That's
to be within like
Revivify,
10
yeah,
minutes
second
or whatever.
Oh, okay, that's what I was talking
Uh,
about.
There's also one isn't it a week? Isn't there one that's about a week long?
There's a lot of them, all for different timelines.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a pre-spell where like you can preserve?
Yeah.
I think it is called
Yeah.
preserve.
It's
Gentle Repose.
Gentle repose, yeah.
Yeah, Gentle Repose, that's the one.
Oh.
Which you can keep casting that on them to keep extending it.
Yeah,
Right.
but you can't actually cast it as a ritual if you want to do that, because the 10 minutes casting time means that you can't do Revivify after that.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
My question is that because I don't know what is the tradition that you guys do when for a funeral.
Well,
my question is like, if you guys cremated Val, can you still resurrect him, or
It
it has to
does
be a
say
complete?
that if the body doesn't like exist or whatever, you can put it into a different body.
Oh, okay.
well,
So yeah,
Unless
that's
I'm
pretty
back.
interesting.
resurrection, which I think you don't actually need the body.
He's a loot.
Yeah.
You
But
resurrect him in the loot.
I actually I don't remember anymore. I think there is the caveat though that the person has to want to come back too.
Yeah, they
So
do.
Okay.
It's something
so
like
if
if the
if Va-
soul
if
is willing and ready, I think is the way they phrase it.
yeah if Vel, you know, finds that the afterlife that he's been sent
If the
to
soul is free
pleasing,
and willing.
yeah.
Hmm.
Or there could also be that where some dark necromancer has found his soul in the afterlife and bound it up somewhere so it's not free to come back. There's all kinds of things you can do.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing, Matt, about that character is one guy who was originally playing him, I think his name was Jordan, if I recall,
Oh, yeah, it
and
was
he
Jordan.
ended up having to drop from the game just because it was going too late. I think he was like in the Eastern time zone like me or whatever. So we get this other guy, Mark, who's real cool, who came in and was playing him just temporarily, and he was going to make his own, but he liked the character so much he decided to keep him. So he played him for like, the first guy like 3 sessions, and then Mark played him for like 6, maybe 7 sessions or
Yeah,
so.
for a while. Yeah, for like a good month.
And then he ended up having to bail too because he was only getting like 2 hours of sleep and getting up for his job at the donut shop.
Yeah.
So, he just kind of left after that.
Yeah. So the characters that join stay on after
After
the
they
player leaves.
personally.
Yeah,
So
and I really don't know why I decided to.
You just turned them into NPCs is all.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
well, to
NPCs
yeah.
you can do fun stuff with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Saves you some work, Chris.
Well, yeah, it does. It's a little work, and it also provides history and
Continuity.
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's what I was finding out from games, like it's well, from what I've seen and heard, that it's actually nice for players to see other, I guess, NPCs come back, because it makes you, it makes you guys feel like the world actually does exist, like this
Mhm.
actually
Yeah.
characters that you probably will care about.
Verisimilitude.
Yeah. That when you don't see them, they're off doing something.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you see me, you're like, oh, you're here again. Oh,
Yeah.
I heard this story about how a DM was actually running 2 separate campaigns but in the same world, and he actually allowed the 2 parties to interact with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually, I actually had an idea of something like that, because like I was telling these guys, like I was planning on running a one shot, which is basically a spin off of their company, because you know how they get more recruits in, but
Mhm.
these will be like one shots where people will play as the recruits, and then what they do in their missions will affect the main group, which would be you guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, say for instance, like just like transporting a valuable gem that a quest object that you guys need in your campaign, depending on their success, if does it make it there or not, and then take it from there how we're gonna go. But I just haven't been able to get the
Yeah.
time around to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, quick question. We didn't really do anything for last time or this time, and last time we didn't really actually end up playing, but this time we did.
Mm-hmm.
We getting any XPs? I know we didn't have any fights, but
Oh yeah, definitely you get an XP. I mean, like I said, it wasn't much. Let's wait, where are you guys at right now? So I figure, like, every time you guys adventure, I'm trying to go with a formula, like how they say how much you would gain in a day.
Yeah.
Was it like
We're at 1100 right now.
and then you guys are 69.
1100?
Sorry,
You sure?
11,000.
11,000, yeah.
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 1100. Yeah, sorry over that.
Yeah.
So congratulations, you're level 2.
Yeah, I know.
Technically it'd be third. I think 900 gets you to level 3. But
Yeah, I skipped 300 in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. For this session, I'd give you guys 1,000. 1,000.
Sweet. Very nice.
Yeah, I gotta double check on the DMG because there's something where like you're allowed how this much XP in a day or something like that,
Mm.
or something
But
like
they
that.
limit the amount you're allowed.
Well, it's not allowed. It's more like
Recommended.
Suggested.
recommended
Yeah.
for a play session or something like that, so that
Right.
you're constantly advancing.
Yeah, here you go. I got it. It's called it's actually on what is this page 84. It's called the Adventuring Day XP. So like, well, I mean, well, I'll give you a little less than that, but like in a
It's
day,
fine.
you're expected to see like for your level would be 3,500 in a day.
2,500 in a day.
3,500 in a day. Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
does that actually mean game time, or actually session? Because if it's like a day, we're still like mid morning on the on this one day.
I would think it's like a full, I guess 24-hour day of an actual game. So yeah, it would
Okay.
make sense that you guys get like only
Yeah, it
1,000
does
credits in
specifically say adventuring day.
the Venturing Day. It's
So
just
yeah,
what they recommend. Yeah.
yeah, it's just
Well,
recommend
that's
just to keep you
yeah.
on track,
Mhm.
and also to help plan
Yeah, the
encounters and stuff like that.
encounters and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. I mean, they're. I mean, you soon find out probably in the next session. But I mean, if it was a full group, well, yes. I'm just wondering what's gonna happen next.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell you
well,
what. I'm really looking forward to everybody getting here and getting into some stuff because it's been
it's been almost
what?
2 months since
I
we've
know. I
Well,
feel
at
like I'm going
least a
through
good
withdrawal.
month, right? I mean, and summer is kind of rough on Roll20 games,
Well, it's tough on. Well, I just know because me and a friend of mine get together and we do a little bit of a podcast thing, and this summer has just been horrible.
Mhm.
We've been he's either visiting somewhere or I'm traveling somewhere on the weekends and stuff like that, and so we just haven't been able to get together. So it's supposed to be put out like every other week or something like that, and we haven't put out an episode in almost 2 months.
Say it isn't so, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
And we're still not going to be able to get together until I think the week after next is the next time. He's on vacation this whole next week, and I was
Well,
on
What's the
vacation.
subject,
Yeah.
Brian? What's the subject of your podcast?
Oh, it's just geek stuff. It's called Geek Fellas.
Geek Fellas.
Yeah.
Well, put a link in the chat, man.
Yeah, man. Come on.
I don't handle the promotion of it. he does all that stuff. It's just
Yeah. Well, I mean, I totally agree with you. That I mean, that's probably the reason why, like like I said, I have an idea for like how the channel would go. And I mean, the campaign that we first did, I guess, was like my dry run to see if I could actually do a whole campaign, and then seeing that it could be done, I just kind of see if I have enough time to actually get all the stuff ready to go. Because I mean, like when we actually do a session and it's actually the channel's like live and all that stuff. I mean, I want to cut down on the bog time, in other words.
Yeah.
So like I guess like the future audience won't be like, okay, when they're gonna start their game, that kind of stuff. So just like to iron it out. And I mean this interlude too. I mean Matt, you already know because you played the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. I think Robbie probably because you did the encounter, so you know when the actual Hoard of the Dragon Queen starts. Right. So
Hang on.
But we're not actually starting at the start of the Hoard of the Dragon Queen, are we? Because that's like first level.
no,
So-
see that was the difference in this one is that I wanted them to start in tier 2. I wanted them to continue the adventure from the starter
I had to talk to my
campaign.
colleague.
No problem. Into the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. So that's why they're starting at tier 2 as opposed to as a was it tier 1 or something like that. Well, starting at level 5 characters as opposed to level 1.
But so they don't start in the level 1 area, do they?
you might be still doing some of the content, just things boosted.
Right. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
we're not going to be fighting level 1 creatures.
Yeah.
like I mean, like I think I told him before, like they will feel like badasses in the beginning because they're veterans, but then as the story progresses, it'll get tougher and tougher and tougher.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, to answer your question about the Hoard of the Dragon Queen, I haven't been through any of the stuff through the books. We're just using the published expeditions that they put out in PDF that the DMs could download, so I don't know anything about the stuff in the books.
Oh, right. Well, from what I know from the encounters that they do in we talk about. When I talk about encounters, encounters is almost verbatim of like the first part of whatever published material they put out. That's
Oh,
what
I
I
see what you're
see.
saying. Well, I have been through some of them.
Okay. Oh
It
yeah.
was basically all in Flan.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that's the
Oh,
expedition.
that's expeditions. Yeah, that's
That's
what I've been doing
expedition.
for the
Yeah.
past few weeks.
Yeah, that's
Um.
all I know about. I haven't been through any of the stuff from Hoard of the Dragon Queen or Rise of
Yeah.
Tiamat.
Oh,
Hoard
okay.
of the
Okay.
Dragon
So
Queen, you start in Green Nest.
yeah. So any of you, I mean, aside from Matt, none of you had done because encounters is like actual like almost verbatim from the first part of whatever published material. Like if you did the
Encounters
encounters
is
for
basically a whole heap of one shots.
yeah, it's basically like that. But I
Usually
think they're
self-contained, yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I think I might have seen some um,
Some
YouTube
podcasts. Yeah.
things on it, but I don't know where that fits in the stories and stuff, and so I don't. Some things might sound familiar once we get there, but
Mhm.
I'm not very far into anything.
Right. Oh, and I mean, as a tie-in to Greenest, I mean, well, I mean, you guys know, but Matt doesn't know. Is that you guys had a run-in with what was it the Dragon Cults?
hmm
Dragon
That's what
Cults.
that
Yeah.
whole map thing was of the original page that we were on.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed like what was scribbled on the mat. Oh, on the mat. On the
Resmere.
map.
Yeah, we found that on the corpse of one of the dragon cultists.
hmm
Yeah. I know about Resmere.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't, though.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not going to say anything, but
Right.
I've had
Yeah. So
run-ins with Resmere.
but yeah, this writing right here on the side, they don't know what they still you guys still don't know what this means. It's just this is what
Yeah.
they found on one of the cultists that they saved,
befriended.
befriended.
We saved, befriended him kind of, and then he died by
Yeah.
a cloaker that
Yeah,
jumped on its head or something.
it was
Yeah.
a dark mantle that
Dark mantle. There you go.
that
Dark
ate him.
mantle.
Yeah, Matt, I didn't really tell you about my character yet or not, but as a rogue, you get your two areas of expertise. I took stealth and persuasion,
Yeah, I
and I
did
was
notice that you
16
had
charisma.
28.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I planned this rogue, because when I had a rogue, and when I planned it, I was like, well, do 3 levels of bard and then the rest rogue.
mm-hmm.
And so I had this thing where I was going to have, I think it was stealth, investigation, perception, because I was a scout,
Mhm.
and then persuasion and deception,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and then that left one other.